everyone. My name is Megan Menswer, and I'm an intern at LRT Sports. And today I'm here with Holly Anderson. She graduated Marquette University in 2019, where she played women's lacrosse. And we're going to talk today about her injuries and everything she had to deal with during her lacrosse career. So thanks, Holly, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we're just going to get started. The first question I have is, all athletes go through injuries throughout their career. But can you walk me through your journey with your back injury and how it got to the point that you were forced to end your lacrosse career?
I went in as a freshman, was able to play my entire freshman year. I had some back pain, but it wasn't anything that I was concerned about, so I just kept playing. And then my sophomore year is when I started having more issues. And then I was doing rehab with our trainer to do some preventative stuff, and it ultimately got to about my sophomore season where I wasn't able to lift, I wasn't able to run and do life functions as a lacrosse player. Doing running, going for ground balls, anything regarding that was just too much pain. And I ended up calling it quits for that season. And then my junior year, I spent the entire time trying to rehab to get myself back up to the level we were playing at. And so I took off that entire year and was hoping for my senior year to be able to come back and actually play. I was faced with a decision by my doctor that I was seeing at school and my physical therapist that I was seeing at home during the summer, that I was given the choice whether I needed surgery or I could not and be able to play, or I could not play and have a normal life after college. So I decided that being able to walk and do daily functions like putting my pants on in the morning, brushing my teeth, washing my face were more important to me than playing for one more year.
Yeah,
So that was the decision that I chose.
gotcha. Can you talk about the single most lowest point of your injury process, and how you felt like mentally and emotionally?
My junior year was probably the hardest because all I wanted to do was get back on the field and go through those ups and downs with the team, and I feel like I was lacking that experience. So that was really tough for me, and trying to find my role, because I was out for so long. I didn't really know how to contribute to the team, being not able to play and still be able to help out the team in any way possible. So my junior year was definitely the hardest of deciding whether I was going to either stay on the team or try and find a role that would be beneficial to the whole program.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then like what factors of school, your support system with coaches, trainers, your teammates, what helped you, while you're going through those low points and struggling like mentally?
So I felt really supported throughout the entire process. My trainers were always trying to do more for me and keep, sorry, more for me and be able to help me get back on the field, because that was my ultimate goal. However, um, it was just, it was tough because they were trying to help me get to my goal, and I felt supported throughout that. However, I wasn't able to get to that goal, so it was frustrating at the same time. So meeting with the coaches really helped me, because while I was struggling to find my place on the team, they were able to help me with that. Coach Black sat me down and we talked through it, and she offered me countless internships within like the marketing, social media, kind of where my career path was going to go, to help see the behind the scenes of being a student athlete. And that was able to give me more appreciation for the program as a whole, because before then I never really got to see like how much time and effort goes into when we travel, where we eat for when we travel, when we go to restaurants, hotels, even flights. I was really able to like benefit from that, and find my role. So I felt supported every aspect from it. And my teammates were really supportive throughout the entire thing, always like asking if I needed help or trying to include me in the sports related part.
Yeah, for sure. Do you regret at all playing college lacrosse, knowing now that you'd have to go through that injury process, through the physical and mental strain, and that your career would get cut short?
No, because I believe that I learned a lot throughout my process, even though it was really tough for me and it wasn't the ideal college athlete process. I wouldn't change anything because of the lessons that I've learned, and the mental aspect I believe has translated into my career path now, and just my work ethic in general.
Mhm.
Um, the place of Marquette, the people at Marquette, the athletics of Marquette, I would not change in a second because the love and support that they had for me throughout the whole process.
Mhm. That's awesome. So all senior athletes, after graduating will go through things like missing their sport, missing their team, and just being a part of something bigger than themselves. But you had to deal with that, unexpectedly before your senior year even began. How did you deal with that?
Like after senior year, just like in when I was still
Or
at school.
like during senior year, watching from the
Yeah,
sideline?
I get what you mean now. I remember this one quote that was like, play like it could be your last or something along those lines. And that resonated with me so well because I don't remember the last time I played lacrosse, like where I was feeling good and was playing at my highest. Like, I don't remember my last day.
Mhm.
I remember parts of me trying to get back into lacrosse, but it's just not the same feeling. So having that quote we had in our locker room too, like
Mhm.
it meant more to me than I think the average college athlete is. I mean, you kind of experienced it with COVID,
Mhm.
but like that's kind of the purpose. Like, you don't know when your last possible lacrosse game or practice is. Uh, so that was really tough for me, being able to kind of process that. And I think that was the hardest part for me, was taking that time to kind of know that like I'm never going to play again and having to be okay with that.
Mhm. Yeah. Why do you think you could be still such a valuable and impactful player to the team your senior year, even from the bench? And then, do you have any advice to give to athletes who are kind of facing similar things to what you went through?
Yeah, so it definitely took me a little bit to find my place and feel like I'm contributing. And it's kind of find every aspect. So if you are injured and you can't play for some time, say you're out 2 months, like find some way that you can help, like whatever position you are, find someone who's in that position then and watch them. And if you see something that you think you can help on, or just encourage someone too, like telling them that they had a good day, even though the coach might not have said that,
Hmm.
goes a long way. Because as a Division 1 athlete, it gets mental when you aren't constantly praised. And I get you're not obviously supposed to every single day, but knowing that someone actually saw that you doing really well during that day, or even that drill, like goes a long way. So being able to kind of acknowledge people, because the coaches can't see everything.
Hmm.
So being able to acknowledge someone definitely helps, and help out on like the sideline if the trainer needs help with water or anything along those lines. Meet with your coach and see if there's something you can do. Like, I am so grateful Coach Black allowed me to have 2 internships while I was an athlete.
Hmm. Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks so much for, sharing your story with us, the ups and downs of it. Obviously, there were some struggles physically and
Mhm.
mentally, but you definitely were able to see the positives and become that positive light on our team your senior year. So,
Thanks.
yeah, well, thank you and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.